Good morning, everyone. It's about 6:20 in the morning. Woke up about 10 minutes ago and I am back on it, the grind. What did I do last night? I was so tired, guys. I recorded this video. I think I was just moving very slow, and I ended up editing the video till about 11:30. I was thinking about photoing my items, but I decided to go for sleep instead because I realized if I just wake up early this morning before I need to leave for my house sitting gig, that I can probably do the photos now. So, woke up in time, actually a little late, but in time for my morning call. But this morning they're having the show and tell, and I think that's actually just too much for my brain right now. It's just a fire hose of information, and I just need less. So I have 2.5 hours, maybe closer to 2 hours now, to do what I need to set myself up for my house sitting gig. So my house sitting gig / dog sitting gig, I'm very excited to see those puppers because they were with me for the first time over Christmas, and I had them for about 2 weeks, and they were these two mixed labs, so chonky, like muscly, and so cuddly. I'm a little bit nervous about me walking through the door because I know they're not going to attack me, but dogs, when they don't recognize the person, they might freak out and rush them or something. So I'm a little bit worried about their reaction, but hopefully they recognize me because, we did spend like 2 weeks together. I'm just going to tell you guys because I haven't told anybody. So the family's house I'm going to, I've never been before. But I know they do have a baby, and I know in modern day, people put cameras inside of their home. And I personally don't like to be watched. Kind of ironic now that I'm saying it out loud, but I don't like the feeling of being watched. That's like one of the main reasons I got out of nannying, because more and more families were starting to have cameras inside the house, and it just made me very uncomfortable. I want to be able to pick my nose in peace. I don't know. It just weirded me out. And I would try and find families who didn't have cameras, and those were the people I would go sit. But then I started being like paranoid about hidden cameras. So anyways, no, not for me. So I'm a little bit worried that they have cameras inside. I mean, I could ask, but I didn't want to be weird about it because I've never been to their home. She gave me the code to her house. She's not going to be there. She's at work. I don't know. It felt weird, so I'm just going to try and just set myself up to work while I'm there and then play with the dogs. That's my game plan. So in case she does, check in, I would assume she has a baby app that connects somewhere. I'm not going to be doing anything embarrassing. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so for today, or for this morning, I do have one order that I get to pack. This order came in this morning, so I think yesterday was still 0 sales. Yay! I haven't had a 0 day in probably a month, so anyways, it's fine. This character, show him off. He's the bird from Margaritaville, and his legs are bendy. There's some sort of wire inside, so when you have him on a table, you can actually move his legs and have him in different positions. And he's totally plush. There's no music. There's no music or sound that's supposed to come out of him. Just Margaritaville's mascot. So this was one of my earlier pickups. In analyzing it now, I would say you would think mascots might do well, but somebody who wants a Margaritaville specifically, I just noticed that his shirt actually has it says Las Vegas on it. So okay, actually that makes sense because there's cards and dice. I just saw a Hawaiian shirt. Okay, anyways, let me see if I even, Margaritaville exclusive green parrot plush 10-inch limited edition, jointed 2007. Okay, yeah, so when I listed it, I didn't even pick up that it was the Margaritaville from Las Vegas. So if I wanted to sell this faster, if I was going to try again with this item, I'd probably do something like Las Vegas, Margaritaville, or something that would keyword like gambling and gift or something like that to get it to move faster. Because yeah, it's just a very specific type of person that wants a lime green parrot from Margaritaville. So yeah, this one took a few months to sell and it made it to my steepest markdown. So this is actually going out for just $10. This morning I just need to package my one item. I'm going to photograph my 8 items, and then when I'm at the house sitting gig, I can then edit this video and list my 8 photos. I'll have my computer on me. I'm going to bring that 10x book that I bought long ago and haven't made any progress on. So if I get into the reading mood, I will read some of that. I also plan on maybe doing some deep dives while I'm there. So I haven't done any this month. So I feel like I'm due. Another thing I'm thinking through, I'll probably think through all of this while I'm like actually taking all these photos. I was thinking about this morning, in the 10 minutes I was walking around brushing my teeth before I started this video, I was like, man, I'm really glad I'm only picking up 8 items. Cause like, imagine if I had to pick up 10 or 15. Like, if I have another day like yesterday, like what would I do? So then I started thinking about how I think it's going to be important for me to get past 8 to have built a relationship somewhere with somebody who can supply some items that I need. One thing I was thinking about was maybe trying to make a trip to Seattle. So that's about a 3-hour drive for me. And Seattle's a very like popular area. I haven't tried the thrifts up there, but if they do have a flea market or something up there, maybe that will be worth making the drive and seeing if I can find anybody there, because then they will be looking in their area. We won't be hitting the same zone. So they're more likely to find stuff. And then I would just maybe, I don't know, would I drive and pick it up, or would they ship it? I guess it depends how many they're getting, but if I could find a contact in Seattle, that might be a way that I can increase what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm just going to have to figure out the relationship part, I think, if I'm going to keep my high ASP items. Because it's not like I can just go like partner with Douglas, because the modern day stuff isn't where the money's at. It's the vintage items, it's the retired items that they're no longer printing. And the same thing with a lot of my other brands that I pick up. Even if they're in production, it's not the modern day stuff that I'm looking for. I'd have to find somebody who maybe does storage lockers or estate cleanouts that has a higher chance of running into collectible items. So I think, garage sales starting up here soon. I definitely have seen like everyday people that post their own sales. I've been watching dogs, so like I haven't really been able to leave to them. I think it's motivation to find the contact. I think that's higher for me than waking up early to make a sale and talk to a bunch of strangers. Also get cash at some point, because I'm like never carrying cash. I always have to go to the bank. So it's kind of hard for me to get to estate sales unless I'm already out. But I think now that I've had this crappy day of, what was that, like 7 hours of sourcing for 5 items? I went to more thrift stores than I got items. I don't know. It's just so weird. Like, because, Washington is its own state. You would think they would have stuff, but yeah, it was just such a weird experience because, I'm comparing this to me before when I've done like one zone and I got, what was it, 30 plus items? Yeah, it's just kind of top of mind now after having that experience. Like, I really need to start partnering with people so I don't really go to the bins. And I know some states that's where all the plush is. My bins doesn't really have plush, and if there is plush there, at least the few I've gone to, like, it's very dirty. And when I'm on the thrift route to my other zones, I always skip the bins part. It's just too overwhelming for me personally. But yeah, it's also just not worth the time, I think. Some people that go to the bins, they will just plan it for 4 to 8 hours and just wait for plush rotations to come out. I don't want to do that. I mean, like I said, plush doesn't really come in my bins locations, but the point I'm like, I went off for a sec. The point is that my partners, they might be bin people. So that could also be an area where they could sit at the bins and I can pay them for finding stuff for me while I do the thrift route. So anyways, there's opportunities. I just need to get out of my comfort zone and talk to people. But for now, I am going to start photoing my items. And I think for the car, since I haven't done the research on it yet, I'm probably just going to do one big lot. I'll do cops versus regular. Maybe if there's cool ones, I'll photo those. Actually, you know what? I think for the cars, I'm just going to photo them all because I need to do my research on it. And I don't see myself doing the research right now while I'm half awake. So I just need a photo of all the items so that I can do the research while I'm at my client's house. So that's probably what I'm going to do with cars, but I'll actually list all the others. All right, well, let's get to it. Everyone, hope you have a great day. Hope your day goes by fast if you're doing what I'm doing. And see you tomorrow. Bye.